I'm Blue.
I'm Daisy.
I'm Torres.
And welcome
to Penguin Chat.
Penguin Chat.
There's always delay there. Okay.
Always.
Blue, you want to start us off?
Yeah. Welcome to Penguin Chat again. This week we are, well, I say week, but we're joined by Torres, who is who's a very active member of the Club Penguin Twitter community. And in today's podcast, we are going to be touching upon a few different topics, mainly revolve around Club Penguin Island. And we're going to start off by discussing the debate with membership, Club Penguin Island membership, because there's two different sides. And we think the membership is very unfair, that non-members hardly have anything to do on Club Penguin Island. Then there's the other side, which is that membership is at good value, and you get good things for what you pay for, and it's just a matter of just getting it and supporting the game. So what do you two think?
Torres, you can start off if you want to, since you're the guest.
Okay, so I think that non-members are too restricted, and that's part of the reason why it's got a 2-star rating on the App Store. But I do think it's important to note that the original problem was that memberships are too expensive, and our feedback made it cheaper. So I think our feedback will eventually have the same effect. Just like how zip lines became for non-members in the last update, I think things will slowly stop coming for non-members.
Yeah. For me, I think the membership price is fair. I was one of the people that thought, most people were saying, oh, the membership's too expensive, you shouldn't have to pay that much for a membership. That I was thinking, you have a lot to do, and it was cheaper than the desktop version. So I was thinking the membership price is fair. But non-members are really, really restricted, and I don't really think that playing the game is worth it unless you're a member, so it would seem. I mean, I can't speak for that, honestly, because I barely ever play. I have hardly touched the game. But it just doesn't seem worth it without a membership very much.
About the first point, the US was actually got a really good deal on membership. I think it was something like the US had 3 times the value of membership compared to Classic Club Penguin than the UK did at one point. So the UK was a lot more expensive, especially compared to the US.
I mean, I knew over here it was like $6 maybe, I'm not sure. But normally...
They turned it into $5.
Huh? They turned it into $5? Yeah, it is better now. But I think it was something like 6 before, or 7. But for the desktop, it was 7 or 8 per month. So I really didn't see that it was that much of a problem in the first place here. But if what you say is true, which I imagine it is, then the UK was kind of getting a rip-off.
I think it's because now that Club Penguin is moved on to mobile, and the fact that it's an app, maybe some people think that apps are kind of a downgraded version for PC, and because on Club Penguin PC it was obviously Flash, and there was a lot more opportunities to Flash mini games and so on. But then I think some people might be finding it hard to get used to this new technology. Some people probably don't use mobile as much as they used to, kind of getting used to that. And I was one of those people, because I was like, oh, okay, so it's quite expensive for just an app. But now that I've played Club Penguin Island, I've realised that getting a membership, it's definitely worth playing Club Penguin Island if you have a membership. Even though I think, because I wasn't a non-member for a while, and it wasn't awful. I think I did still have fun interacting with people, but membership's definitely a lot more fun. And the prices, I think the prices are decent now than they were before. So I think it's worth me paying it every month or so.
Yeah. I mean,
So the main thing with membership prices were that with Classic Club Penguin you could get a better value deal if you bought it for a longer time. So in the long run it became cheaper. That isn't the case with Club Penguin Island.
sure.
But
That's the thing.
about the non-member strict thing, I kind of agree because people at school downloaded the game and hated it. But that's part of the reason, because if you're a member, it's a magical experience. If you're not a member, it's an alright experience, but not one which you would really enjoy, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't think not being a non-member is totally restricted. I think it's quite a. I think people take it for granted because Club Penguin was such a good game, and I think a lot of people just miss being able to kind of have fun with everyone and probably envy members. So that's probably why it's got a lot of hate. But I guess it's kind of fair in most ways. But at the same time, I think non-members do need something to motivate them to play.
I mean, the thing is though, it wouldn't be so bad if there wasn't so much for members to do. Like, members can eat pizza, members can wear clothes, members can do all of this stuff, and the non-members can't. But in the original game, before they added a bunch of non-member clothing, like back in 2012, non-members could wear a few items, and there were even member rooms during parties they couldn't go in, and people complained that it was a thing. So this isn't really a new issue. It's just people are complaining more about it because it's new and they feel the need to. I mean,
I think people will keep comparing Club Penguin Island to Classic Club Penguin, and when on Classic Club Penguin you could at least wear some items. I think that's where a lot of the complaints surrounding non-members not being able to wear items come from.
Yeah, but the thing is, back when I first joined, no, it's okay. When I first joined in 2012, my penguin at first wore a baseball cap in peach color, a white Card-Jitsu belt, and a Card-Jitsu medallion. That was it. And that was fine. And now, like recently, right before the game shut down, they had a bunch of non-member items that they didn't really have when I was a non-member, and which was nice and all. It's just in the beginnings of games and in the middle of games, you're not going to have as many features as you will by the end of it. So people just kind of need to be patient with this whole non-member thing.
Yeah, that's the
exactly.
thing. I think people do need to wait because I think Club Penguin Island still has a lot of time to grow, and it's a bit evident because I can tell the team's got a lot of things prepared for it. It's just a matter of waiting.
So,
one quick question. Do you guys think that the membership system was the right way to go down, like a recurring membership subscription? Or do you think that only really worked for desktop and won't work for mobile?
I think it works. I think mobile games in general don't do well. So I don't think it was a good idea to just move Club Penguin just to mobile. But for the membership aspect of it, the faithful players, the people that play the old game, like in the Twitter community, they're gonna buy a membership. it's gonna happen. And so the recurring membership, I think, is fine, except for the fact that they want to do that after your 1 week free trial and then start charging you and assuming that you're going to do that. Aside from that, I think it's good.
Yeah, I agree. Basically,
I'm really in no position to talk about Club Penguin Island though, because I've barely touched it. I haven't even gotten past the tutorial, no joke. So
why is that?
I don't like it. We can get into that later in the podcast when we go over that one.
Okay.
So are you guys ready to move on to our next topic?
Sure.
All right. Torres, since it was your idea, do you want to introduce this topic?
Would that be on the Facebook comment?
Yes.
Alright, so on the Club Penguin Facebook page, the first response to Megan Times Square was, "Oh look, it's the woman who killed Club Penguin, literally worst CPCO by far." And I think that kind of relates to a lot of criticism, because we all know that's not true. Meg isn't even CEO, and she's pretty much one of the best things at Club Penguin. And it's people who are left years ago and are now complaining that their child has been ruined, when in reality they've not been around for the last few years to see actually how run down the game has actually become.
Yeah.
You can only appreciate how handy and important Meg has been in the community if you've been here since she first came and interned to the team. And so it's just not fair for them to make that comment.
I mean, do you guys remember when her internship was announced on the blog?
Yeah.
Yes, I remember when Hello tweeted that she was now a full-time member. That's a big deal back then.
I remember the internship part at the very least. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't too happy about it. I kind of felt almost irritated because I didn't know if she had ever played the game before. And so somebody who had possibly never even played the game was now getting to work at one of the places a bunch of people in the community would love to work at. And
that's true.
So I guess I was a little bit jealous.
But in the long run, I probably felt like that, because I feel like that sometimes.
But in the long run, I think that her being at the club, in the Club Penguin team, was a really good thing for Club Penguin because she's an insanely good community manager and a very nice person in general. Because I've gotten to know her personally a little bit, and she seems to be very kind. And so I'm glad that they hired her, and I don't think that she's a Club Penguin at all.
No, if anything, she brought it to life again.
Yeah.
And Christopher went there, of course. Sorry, you were about to say that.
About Carl Patrick laughing, people aren't liking how he isn't that involved in Club Penguin Island. I mean, he doesn't even have an account for the island, if you know what I mean. And that's one thing which literally everyone who's ever had any relations to Club Penguin has a Club Penguin account. And
it's not that hard to set one up.
The person in charge doesn't have one.
Yeah,
I don't know much about, sorry, it's his name, Carl Patrick Laughlin. Sorry, I don't know much about him. But I do think that's a bit strange.
All I know is that one guy got spammed, that Patrick Laughlin guy on Twitter, by a bunch he said a bunch of 9-year-olds, even though in reality it was a bunch of teenagers.
That was funny.
They were all suddenly like, hello leader, hello king, and he just was like, who are you kids? And then he left.
I thought we were in the Club Penguin army, and we wanted to be our leader. That was funny.
That was pretty great. I kind of almost feel bad for him there.
Another thing about Meg is that, the fact that she's just, you can tell she loves the game so much. And that's obviously the key of being a community manager. You have to be able to love your job. And I assume Meg loves her job and she loves the community and she has a lot of hope. And that's a great thing. She always gets involved with the community events like the Classic Club Penguin, and then that just shows really how she's such a great community manager. So I don't really care. I don't think she should care about any hate comments, because I think pretty much a lot of us know, and she knows, that she's a really good community manager.
Yeah, she really is a good community manager, and I don't think she should get so much unwarranted hate.
Yeah, exactly. Is there anything else we want to say about that?
I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Okay, so I guess I'll introduce the next
the next part is whether we like Club Penguin and why. I mean, Club Penguin Island.
Yeah, Club Penguin Island. Of course we like Club Penguin. Lou, if you want, you can start off.
Yep. I think Club Penguin Island is great. I've been on it for January, I think. And for the most of the time I've been on it, I've been a non-member, and it hasn't been an amazing experience as a non-member, but I think it is the fact that Club Penguin Island, well no, the Club Penguin community has now moved to this app. It has allowed a lot more people who we didn't know before to join the community, and I think that's really refreshing to have some new people in this community besides all the haters.
Yeah.
But yeah, and it's really nice seeing new people join the Twitter community, and yeah, and now that I'm registered to become a member, and yeah, and it's definitely been a lot more fun, and yeah, I'm kind of excited for the future really.
And the fact of seeing like new blogs and everything, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, I haven't been able to see any new blogs because I've kind of been distancing myself, but it's a shame, so I'd like to get to know more people.
I mean, speaking of the new blogs thing, I remember the excitement for me personally when TKCPC got overhauled into CPI News Plus. Even though I no longer work for that blog, I think that it's kind of the hype that comes with new blogs and things really can just bring up the community a little bit at a time, and so that overhaul and the new blogs in the community can just kind of bring a new energy to the community for just a little while, and it's good for the community to have things like that, and so the new game brought some new energy.
And I think I was the only blog left out.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I think I'm not going to be working much on the blue blog anymore.
Yeah, I get that.
There's other stuff I've got planned.
But you did a great job on So Long CP.
Thanks.
He really did do an amazing job. I got to watch his stuff firsthand, his planning and everything, and he was a very organized person, and I probably would have went nuts, so he did a really good job.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, Torres, what's your opinion on Club Penguin Island?
So, I think from 2015-2016, when we've been seeing less and less players playing, parties getting worse, I think Club Penguin Island is exactly what Club Penguin needed. And I think it was worth the Project Super Secret wait of 2 years. Yeah. But I do wonder if they didn't go down this mobile route and it was done 2013, which in my opinion was the best year with great parties and an active community. I do wonder if that'd be better at the moment than what we have now. But since it didn't, I think Club Penguin Island was the right way to go.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, mobile is a great way to go, but it's a shame they didn't carry it on. Yeah, I totally agree.
Quick question for both of you. What would you rate Club Penguin Island on a scale from 1 to 10? 1 being absolutely horrible, never play this game, or 10 being perfect, couldn't be better?
6.5.
Okay. Blue?
Yeah, I'd say about 6.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, it's definitely above average, and it will get a lot better as soon as other stuff comes like
There's a lot of potential for it too.
People just need to be patient. That's why so many people have been hating on it, and they just need to wait.
How do you guys think that Club Penguin Island can become more successful?
Desktop.
Yeah, I think
desktop and more non-member.
They should. Yeah, I think they want to get desktop because they want to try and
that won't be for a while.
get as many people playing. Because I think
personally, there's 2 things that I would do to make them better. One would be give non-members more to do. The other would actually be to take down Club Penguin Rewritten.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know if that would help Club Penguin Island, but it would stop hurting
when you search Club Penguin Island comes first, but the next one down is Club Penguin Rewritten, and Club Penguin Rewritten has gained over 100,000 users in I mean, we're seeing a fan-made game have 10% off an official game. That's not good.
I mean,
I
I like what they're doing. I mean, I like that they're trying to keep the memory alive, but it's illegal. So I don't think that should probably be a thing. If Disney wanted to do it themselves, that'd be awesome, but considering it is fan-made and illegal, it's not a good idea, and they should probably just try to peacefully take it down.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it's people who are taking advantage and profiting money off the closure of Classic Club Penguin.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that they're kind of trying to keep Club Penguin alive, but I mean, really, it's nowhere near the same. And I don't see how people can say it's like keeping their childhood alive. Honestly, the thing that confuses me about these people who like advertise Club Penguin rewritten and want Club Penguin Island to fail is that they want the official Club Penguin franchise to end, which makes no sense whatsoever.
However,
I agree.
which, if you were only playing Club Penguin for the nostalgia by that point, which game captures your childhood more? Club Penguin Rewritten with all the mascots and the old parties and all that stuff, or Club Penguin Island with new remodeled mascots that people don't like, with 3D effects and everything? I mean, I'm not one of those Club Penguin Island total, I'm gonna diss it and want it to fail people, but it's not the same game by any means.
But then that's the point,
These
isn't
are
it?
people who, as I said, left ages ago. I mean, if I really wanted to play Club Penguin, they could have for many years, but they left.
True. After they
In my
left,
opinion,
they don't really have
oh,
Sorry. Go ahead.
I think Club Penguin, if I were to play Club Penguin Rewritten, which I don't think will ever happen, I always have that thing in the back of my mind saying, it's not the same team, it's not the same, I mean, it's the same parties, technically, but it's not the same community as well, exactly. And that's the thing, with, obviously, I wish Club Penguin could have lived on for a bit more of it. It was struggling, and I kind of respected the fact that they closed it down when they had to, and it could have lived on a bit longer, but I'm not too bothered. But so I appreciate the fact they have Club Penguin Island, and my opinion on the whole kind of style, the new style of Club Penguin Island, as opposed to Club Penguin Classic. So there's obviously the new mascots, which most of them are totally, well, not totally, they're slightly different personalities, but I'm not too bothered about that, because technically Club Penguin Island is a new game inspired by Club Penguin Classic, and I have no problem with Gary being really crazy and Rookie not having, this classic humour and stuff, and it's kind of, I think the new I kind of treat them as new characters we never see, and while it would have been nice to kind of have them continue the same personalities, I mean, I'm just not really that bothered by it.
To be honest, if Club Penguin Island was like a standalone game and Club Penguin wasn't in the picture, I think it would easily have at least a 4-star rating.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
Actually,
many
I
people
disagree.
compare it to the first one.
Go on.
I disagree though about the whole, if Club Penguin didn't exist, then it would have a better rating. Where do you think most of their customers came from?
It would be from Club Penguin closing, which is where you get all these people going, not my childhood and stuff.
I know. Did you say that if Club Penguin's closing wasn't in the picture, then it would have a better rating?
Yeah, that's true.
That's true.
The thing is, you can't really ignore classic Club Penguin players, though, to be fair, because it did reach 300 million players, so I kind of get where you're coming from.
I mean, if Club Penguin itself had not been in the picture in the first place, I think Club Penguin Island would have been one of those overlooked apps that nobody really cared about, and it wouldn't have been a standout. I mean, it could have been an excellent game, don't get me wrong. It's just, I don't think that without Club Penguin to stand on in the beginning, that they would have made it very far.
Yeah.
But everything happened when it did. If this had been by Club Penguin, it might have well be now.
Yeah, imagine if Sony had bought it.
Well, I think that would have lasted until about 2009, 2010.
Yeah, it would not have lasted as long, I don't think. The thing is, if Club Penguin hadn't closed down, Island may not have pulled in as many players, good or bad. Because why do you really think that people would?
I disagree.
I mean,
because you don't want bad players, because what they said they're trying to do is trying to target the next generation who have like tablets, except when they see a 2-star rating, they're just going to overlook it as another stupid game, when in reality it's not.
But
yeah, the ratings determine it, I guess.
If Club Penguin hadn't shut down, how many people do you think would have moved to Club Penguin Island and chosen it over the original game anyway? Because let's be honest, a lot of us in the community played Club Penguin for the nostalgia. I at least speak for myself. By the end of the game, it really wasn't about the game so much for me as it was for the nostalgia and the community. So I don't know if Club Penguin hadn't closed down, I don't know if people would have been drawn to the new game.
It would be unrealistic for a few reasons. One, because it caused competition with Club Penguin Island. Two, because it still needs live moderating. Even if you don't put any updates into it, which people say that they should have done, it still needs live moderating, you still need to run the servers, and that costs money. And that's going to take down Club Penguin Island profits.
Yeah, I'm not saying they should have kept Club Penguin up. I'm just saying Club Penguin in itself was an enormous franchise. And without that to stand on in any way, shape, or form, I don't know how well Club Penguin Island would have done. However, if it had closed, if Club Penguin had closed back in maybe 2013, and they announced that they were relaunching a new game, I think it would have gotten the same general reception it got now, as this is not my childhood, but it would have gotten a lot of news around it because it was a rehash of the old game.
See, I think people, that's kind of true, but I think the main problem here is that people who write the reviews don't think of it as a standalone game.
Yeah.
And just a continuation. They think it should be like classic Club Penguin, but that's moved on now.
Yeah.
Yeah, too many people compare it to the old one when they shouldn't really, and they should just kind of think about the future of the franchise and not the actual game itself. It's meant to be a different game. It's meant to be a different style with adventures and exploration. And that's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even think I really gave my opinion on the game fully a few minutes ago, but I don't play the game for various reasons. I don't think that it's the best. I don't know if it was executed the best way it could have been. I mean, they had 3.5 years to plan this, and it still had tons of bugs at launch. And it was kind of sad, because I mean, the beta had gone for a long time by then, and yet it was still pretty bad at launch, people said, with all the bugs and the crashes and everything. And so that was disappointing.
Yeah.
And then there's also the fact that for me, I haven't even gotten by the tutorial. I do not feel a pull to play that game, like, basically at all. And for another thing, my pre-registration, I pre-registered the username DaisyDew14, I think. Yeah, I can't get that for some reason. And so I had DaisyDew_14, and I'm like, okay, cool. People couldn't add me, so I went through the process of getting my name changed, and then when I finally got to that point and tried to log in, it locked me out with the claim that I had my password wrong. And so ever since then, I've basically given up, temporarily.
Me too.
It's just not my thing. I don't like the idea of having to go through all this for a game that's really not what I'm interested in. I mean, I want them to do well because I like the team and I want it to do well, but I personally feel that it's not not the best successor to the original game. I don't know if it gives it a good reputation.
So
To
if
be
you think
honest, this is
it
the
was,
first. I've not played Club Penguin every day for years up until Club Penguin Islands launched. Like, being excited to play every day. And the hype for new updates every month. I mean, that was something from years ago across Club Penguin Islands. Club Penguin Islands has brought that back.
yeah, that's true. I think I like that excitement. But to be honest, I think Club Penguin Islands is great, but I can't see myself playing it for a very long time consistently. So I have been some months there'll be gaps from being in the community, but I think it's going in the right direction. Hopefully they will realise that there are players who may prefer playing it on desktop. I don't know what they have planned, but yeah.
Yeah. I don't know where this is going to lead, but I hope that good things will happen for Club Penguin Island, but I'm not going to lie, I don't see it lasting very long. The desktop game lasted for 11 plus years. The mobile game will be lucky to last for 5 in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, mobile technology is also advancing so quickly. I mean, I don't know how, I can't even predict what will happen to mobile, and whether Club Penguin Island within a matter of a couple of years will become really out of date on something. So it's kind of hard for the team to keep up with that, I guess.
Yeah. But I think that's about all the time we have for today, because we have talked for over half an hour on this podcast. We're a little over on this one. But
wow.
Blue, if you want to close out with your little penguin joke, you can do that.
Sure thing. Okay. So this week's penguin joke is: what kind of fish do penguins catch at night? Oh, God, no, sorry.
No, you did that last
That's the wrong
time.
one, because that's the one I did last time.
A starfish.
It was so good. It was so good. Okay, sorry. This week this is a new one. What do penguins have for lunch?
I don't know.
Icebergers.
Icebergers, good for me. Cringe. Okay, yeah, that one was pretty good. But yeah, thank you, Torres, for being on this installment of Penguin Chat. And thank you to everybody who's made it this far. Thank you for watching. Please continue to support this project in the future, and waddle on.
Waddle on.